Today we're going to be looking at how to calculate the molar mass of different compounds given the periodic table. So if we look at the periodic table, a quick review on what some of these things are. If I box in boron here and we look just at that element, on the periodic table you are given the atomic number, which in this case is 5, and that tells us the number of protons. You have the element symbol, the element name, and then you also have the atomic mass down here. And for boron, it is 10.811. Now the units and the labels on that atomic mass is going to be grams per mole. So for boron, it has 10.811 grams per 1 mole. If we compare that to its neighbor, carbon, carbon has 12.011 grams per mole. So we're going to utilize that atomic mass as we try to calculate molar masses of compounds. If we look here at some examples, I just want you to go ahead and practice finding the atomic mass on the periodic table and making sure that we put in the correct units as well. So this first one here, we have carbon. And if we look on the periodic table, carbon has 12.01 grams per mole as its atomic mass. Neon, can look back on the periodic table. Neon over here has 20.18 grams per mole. So we can record that. And then why don't you go ahead and pause the video and try these other 4. If you have a periodic table handy, that will be helpful. If you tried out the practice, go ahead and check your answers with what we have here. Now, if we take that concept of the atomic masses and we want to apply it to the molar mass of a compound, we are going to use the similar skills, except for now we have to add what we have for sodium and what we have for chlorine. So understanding what this compound is, NaCl, we know that we have 1 atom of sodium and we have 1 atom of chlorine. So if I look on the periodic table and find the atomic mass for sodium and chlorine, you can see that we have sodium over here as 22.99 and chlorine over here as 35.45. So I'm going to go back to our problem here and let's write down those numbers. So sodium, we have 22.99 grams per mole, and chlorine we said was 35.45 grams per mole. Now since we only have 1 atom for each sodium and chlorine, we're going to be able to just add these together to get our total for sodium chloride. You'll notice that they have the same unit, so we don't have to worry about that. So when we go ahead and add these together and use our significant figures, we're going to get 58.44 grams per mole for NaCl. Okay, now if we look at another compound that has more than just 1 atom of everything, then we have to remember to multiply the molar mass as well. So here we got hydrogen that has 3 atoms of it. Our phosphorus only has 1 atom, and our oxygen has 4 atoms. So I'm going to go ahead and find the molar mass for each of these as well, and then we need to multiply it by the total number of atoms we have. So for hydrogen, the molar mass is 1.008 grams per mole. And since I have 3 of those atoms, I'm going to need to multiply this by 3 to get my total molar mass. Okay, so my total there, if I take out my calculator, is going to be 3.024 grams per mole. For phosphorus, its molar mass is 30.97 grams per mole. And since we only have 1 atom of it, we can multiply it by 1, but we're going to, in the end, get the same thing. So we can just write that over here. And then for oxygen, oxygen's molar mass on the periodic table is 16.00 grams per mole. we have 4 atoms of that, so we got to multiply that 4 different times. So if we go 16 times 4, we get a total of 64 grams per mole. So once we figured out all of the individual atoms and their elements, we can then add these totals together here. So we don't have to worry about adding each individual one up anymore. So if we add those all together, then our total that we are going to get is going to be 81.99 grams per mole for the total molar mass of our phosphoric acid. Why don't you go ahead and give some of these a try. You'll notice that some of them are diatomic, some of them are compounds, so pay attention to how many atoms of every element you have, and then see if you can get the correct answers. So pause the video and you can check your answers once you're all set. If you gave it a try, go ahead and check your answers, and hopefully they all match up, and hopefully you found this video to be helpful. Have a great day.